Also put the spotlight then on Hyundai Motor that actually has delivered a steady set of numbers in the third quarter driven by volumes. But the real headline is the brand Venue that we're looking at. In fact, Puneet is joining in with some more details and we'll also catch up with the management here.
It was a decent quarter for the company, roughly 5% growth in volumes, but the major story was the 21% growth in exports and 80,000 bookings for Venue that they've received. To talk more about this and a lot more, I'm being joined by the management, Mr. Tarun Garg. He's the CEO and MD at Hyundai. Mr. Garg, thanks so much for joining in today. Largely the first question on Venue itself, right? 80,000 bookings, many congratulations for that. But that's almost 10% of your manufacturing capacity. How are you looking at that in terms of your deliveries, your executions as well? Where are you planning to do that, and what is the timeline, if anything, that you can share us with?
Thank you very much, and I think we are very overwhelmed by the response to the all-new Hyundai Venue. And in fact, in January, we clocked the highest ever Venue sales historically. Pune plant very quickly ramped up to 2 shifts. And that is how we were able to supply such good Venues. The bookings continue to trickle in. We are looking at all opportunities to see how we can increase the production and reduce the waiting period. Currently, we are looking at 120,000 to 140,000 as production of the all-new Hyundai Venue in the Pune plant. And I think that should really help us to not only meet the domestic demand, but also look at all the export opportunities.
But Mr. Garg, given that the bookings have been so strong and your manufacturing capacity, anything that you can give us on timelines of deliveries for the next 6 months or so? What's the per delivery expectation on a monthly basis at least?
Look, like I mentioned, even last month we did more than 12,000 vehicles. So, we want that we should do it responsibly. We should do it with the highest level of quality. So every month, slowly, the production will ramp up going forward as well.
The one other thing has been exports, right? It's been very, very strong, 21% growth that we've seen this quarter itself. You're also closing in on your whole financial year of FY25, the number 1.6 lakh units. In just the first 10 months of this year of FY26, will you be able to cross the 2 lakh mark in India now in terms of exports?
So exports has been really very good. And in fact, at the beginning of fiscal, we had given a guidance for 7% growth, but we already clocked about 18% growth, and the response is very good. And the demand, whether it's Middle East, whether it's Africa, whether it is Latin America, has been very strong. Also, new markets are opening up. As for example, the new Venue is being produced exclusively in India. This opens up some new markets like Chile, etc. for India. So exports, we have been very strong in exports right from time we set foot in India. And going forward, as you know, we've already given a 5-year plan to make the export contribution to 30% from the current level of 23 to 24%. And as more and more new products keep coming on in our portfolio, we will look at export opportunities there. So as of now, export looks to be a very, very strong momentum for us.
The other aspect, Mr. Garg, has been competition, right? Now, there's plenty, given post the GST rate cuts, the compact SUV space has started to grow immensely. What has been the response for you in that segment? You have the Extra, now the Venue. Anything on first-time buyers also, if you can offer, what has been the share for Venue specifically? Because that is the growth area, right, post the GST rate cuts?
Yes, so Hyundai has been very strong in the first-time buyers because our proposition is such that it generally appeals to the youth and the aspirational qualities of the customer. So Venue, very, very strong first-time buying. It used to be about 43%. The new Venue also is early days, but it appears it's about 47 to 48% first-time buyer, which is very good. And we are seeing a traction increase for every segment there. But then also we have to see that October to December is a festive period, and generally more first-time buyers come to buy in the festive period. So we have to see how things progress going forward. But I think GST cut has kind of enabled a first-time buyer coming into the fold, into the automobile industry in terms of four-wheelers. And we are very encouraged because as it is, we were very strong in this space, and now the opportunities will only go up.
Also on the 5-seater SUV space, right? Because you've seen the Creta being an undisputed leader in that space for the last decade. Competition is heating up though. The likes of Victoris, the Sierra is helping us in terms of competition. would you want to expedite the next version of the Creta to come in slightly more earlier, given that buyer preferences has evolved quite a bit and the demand is also there?
Look, I've been facing this question about Creta for so many years but every year it manages to pleasantly surprise the markets. Last year, Creta again got the number one SUV, 201 plus thousand sales. Even in January, the sales was almost 18,000. So it's not as if Creta continues like that. We continuously look for opportunities to increase the value to the customer. We had almost a very strong facelift in Creta. Then we had the King Edition, coming in. Of course, we had the Creta EV joining the portfolio. Now ICC Cricket, Hyundai sponsoring, and Creta is the prime model there. So I think we continuously excite the market with the changes in the Creta, and Creta has become a benchmark for every OEM to follow. And thankfully, because we are not complacent and because we continue to do efforts and activities, we believe that Creta will continue to hold the fort. And of course, on the future guidance, I will not like to say much, but like I said, if January is any indication, Creta continues to hold a very strong fort. And now that new Venue has also come in, I think Creta plus Venue is a very, very potent force for Hyundai in the SUV space.
Well, Mr. Garg, thanks so much for joining in, giving us perspective for Hyundai in this quarter. Wish you the best. Look forward to our next conversation.